drink no benya bie ehye wonu munyam ti wanim if it's a drink near drink ya depa 21st clinic so no ye ko honum osi ateke ntini mu etwetwe wono ntini no a efru sisi mu fa oto ase fa osire mu fa onankoko mu fa onantu edekwasu nampo so ne toda etime twiwa meka ogu fom ema ekwete se stroke no nanso nye stroke for ne kire 21st clinic na butua ye hwen wasem enka emfama na fe express group for so adama omo edie tu kwan se de ma so obi edane aboa no adan bi o wan hwe ya obi bedane sebo no lande de num na o de wa ye kalumum eno nti express group say obi akoi o so pese ukobia bra no moa if you passport o birth set ye edikosi so do kodru o man no pese ukoso no express group for ye dia ma Canada US UK num o man bia o pese ukoso bia o pese ukoso ya de kra no a express group for fro sebra na omo enye nyina emfa ema abuzia for wonum na ebo echidom boya donti ama ye vemu abia wo bia no anwumre yetimi abade aba besom wo wadwenche no nsusu obetimi de aba be kan ho wabra wo kan ho awo ye social media platforms ahodo nyina so oko Facebook wa Sompa 93.1 FM Sompa 93.1 FM ewo Facebook and oko YouTube so Sompa TV Ghana Sompa TV Ghana wadwenche no nsusu ye nsam a ye bobo so betimi de aba be kan ho igusu a ye be kase no mamu no ye be kenkai ede amamo mede no ensa sign na ya abo amalibia boga abzafo ye nya brain afi nsam no yenkomo ankasa emfa emamo yademo shas ye de free o my Ghana atemuo atena ye na oba pani ohwe atentere ne ho nsensem chief justice Gertrude Araba Tokuno ena ode afutu emase efrimra mampani na nado den kwaku for the gina tumi so amamra constitutional eja tumi na de amampani se brano no wonpa obi a obehwe omayi atentere ne ho nsensem so mampani wo kan ani ye CCC eyi no so wo no ena o my Ghana atemu atena no ma beda no pe ena odi si nani so se osomo ode be som Ghana fo no se obema yatemu ho nsensem emu ada ho na Ghana fo nyina ani ehunu mo na Ghana fo besa so anya gidie ewe yatemu atena yenum no nya asem na ekopie court wa obe wani da so se na asem no a ode kwa koto court wonim no court be ka asem no amana koma tone yam ama no anya gidie wose no ene botaye si nani so a ade tia no pa bia na eja wo dware fa ne ya pese ene na de gedon pa bi fra no wakwa akoye adwuma de esisi nani so ano so no nti no wade hihye pi na agu akwam ewo omayimo se ye court no nyina se ye ketua se ya dantam se ye kese omano muntuo case bia sem bia ebe pie o manim no omo edi amansa nyina eni behum bie na obi bia ode na asem so bae no na koma beto ne yam no wagye atum sampa asem no se ne esi koye no akose ne usi epeno eye chief justice ma me Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokuno ne nsemo de tu dwane
to do things this way so that the experts will speak for themselves. Everything being done here is not being done only by the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice is working with a team. And if you can, as you can see, most of my team members are very strong leaders in their own step. And it's making my work easier. And my prayer is that very soon the people of Ghana will not feel traumatized.
Observe we a Chief Justice ma me Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokuno ena yetene nke we yamra na onega na madehye ne nsemtwefo ahodo bi no modin komo na obobobobo na nisuade hu no so kakra e de achira mansan na ode sanseme atudwa afeyem fomo enko US embassy na entity a Sompa FM ne Sompa TV nsemtwefo ababeto yapono so ene se US embassy a oga na mema se HSAFI nipa abo matena ye so mo pe visa efru omayima koduru America bonten so no empimanim na omo so omo de toto afia hodo atwetwetwemu no a na jesafi de ende ohamu nchichemu be ahasa ena jese ababeka ona jese be 300% ena abo mabobo no we ayamra opani a wo si US aban na mu Ghana mema say ene ensemtwefo didi nkomo na obobo omo nhihye so kakra ede achen semtwefo wo wani tua se so domfo ya dom na katrema dabodwe mogye de mafu busane ne antiate nkaboni bia World Cup a edi animo eba na America mem na kyese ombe gedodo no a edi esi omuna so wom se amama bi te se Canada nom ene Mexico nom eka ho de na so ball no dodo no a kyese yebedi agro no e wa America mem na nipa pi no a ebe pese omodo omodi be kire ho nom na ne Black Stars no be kwa support a wakwa support e no mo kire se sene ade se nipa begu American embassy wo no mo so mo pevisa no kyese omo dwene ho abo mo ntiase wa ya no wo so wo konsra we so de manepe osi kromo no manya de a obesa so esi omamu bio eno nko a ene ade omu fi se edu ba bia na kyese de how eba.
Well, in a certain sense, the demand is a very, very flattering for the United States. I mean, a lot of Ghanaians want to go to the United States to visit temporarily. And, we're seeing it's not just non-immigrant visas. On the immigrant visa side, diversity visa, again, the numbers are through the roof. And, we want to encourage as much legitimate travel between the United States and Ghana as we can. It is incredibly important to us. We want to encourage qualified students to study in the United States. And that's why, as I said, that's why we've brought in more resources to doing interviews. Unfortunately, the demand is outstripping even the increased resources we've had. And we're going to continue to increasing our resources. The most important point to make is that we are going to be moving to a new visa services provider on August 26, 2024. However, and this is probably the most important thing I'm going to say today, all existing non-immigrant visa interview appointments remain valid. That means that if you currently have a visa interview scheduled with the U.S. Embassy, it is still valid, and you should plan on attending the appointment on the interview on the day of the appointment. The first thing is that on August 16th, the old appointment system website will no longer be accessible for changes. What that means is that starting on the morning of August 16th, you will no longer be able to schedule new appointments. You will not be able to make visa fee payments, and customer service will not be accessible. In addition, if you have made a request for an emergency or expedited appointment and have not received a response by August 16th, you will need to resubmit your request in the new scheduling system on or after August 26th. So, as I said, this is important during
Abuzuanti we ayo pani a wo si America ban na namu Ghana mema se ne yete ne nkaya ne brofo no yehu full stop ne koma wo mu nyina eye nsachiraye foforo American embassy wo Ghana mema se wo modi aba ehase odonfo ya domu a August bosumi ya yeromi ne da etoso ensie ntimo a mo pese mo kwa America memu a oso obi wo no ma wo so wo ko nyina no wo ko no akwa akosua de obi soso ekwa akwa ye adwuma obi soso wo kwa akwa na pomdene wo mo soso wo mo ko no akwa akotwimponko si kese bebrebe ne so ya no o de ne krata ne beto onum na ye wadwene se wo toto na no a ensem obekeka no eya na entiase bia nse de nim ene de eda nanim no eno na ya na mpempi ne koba se visa no manfa ma wa no manfa ma ena no achi o se mo soso a ebia mo pa mo de ne ntema wo hare so emergency no enkosi August bo so me de to so dunsia no na se unya eye anu ye bia mfiri o matena ye no a ene ye sa ye ne foforo ena yenim o matena ye dada ne o mo nsese ye dada no a na yenim no o mo de nsakire ye pi no aba efi August bo so me de to so dunsia ne mo ekro nyina no sansa hwe ne be hyase aye adwuma nti se ope bibia ne moa bia efro matena ya na wahye sade na ensom ye nto aso na ye mfam konsem fofrom ye de mo ekogomasuam eyamane mo sam sa chekirefo a omo ekirade wo Ghana ye teacher training colleges a wodo ne mu nyinara edu omo kukuru omo nkaka gufom a se ye de mo kaso omo tetifie edu omo yerenom eduane na saa chechefo etuate a wo mo atie no eboru a chese be ekika kobe bosumi mienu nie na wo mo atena fia ne se wom se abaibu fui emoye ne se July ye atwamu saa chechefo na nkosku ankwa kirade na so mo nan no mo nsa nkade a aban ehun faso bi e wo so se omo bosumi aketu ewutuatua de ma wunum emetutu a chechefo ne sa kom emadwuma nketenkete bi a na omo ye edebo ayema no ne nyina omo edigu hono mo a omo ekot tenetena wɔn akura ase na ene entity abato Sompa FM ne Sompa TV nsɛmtwɛfo apron so kyerɛ sɛ mpanimfoɔ de wɔn ho agim gyene ɛma nkɔmɔ na kwa wɔn de wɔn no afa teacherfoɔ ehu a ɛma deɛ yɛ tete ne sa kyerɛkyerɛfoɔ no wɔn strike no wɔn de aba wieye ɔsoafoɔ na ɛhwɛ apɛdie ɛne adwuma yɛ ho nsɛnsɛm yɛwura Ignatius Bafo awua ɛna ne nsɛmtwɛfoɔ di nkɔmɔ a wɔde to nsɛmtwɛfoɔ anim sɛ strike no a na yɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ wɔn kyerɛ deɛ ɛwɔ yɛ teacher training colleges ahodoɔ no mu no na wɔn wɔ mu a bɛɛ bosomi mmienu ne akyire no wɔde to dwa sɛ wɔn de aba wieye bibia na kyesɛ akɔ bufuo na ntiaseɛ nimuo no ne nyina soso wɔn akaka wɔn agyegyegye ne nyina to mu a wɔaban etu ho anamɔde ama wo mu.
As you may recall, for some days now, teachers of colleges of education have been on strike. This came to the attention of government. The Ministry of Education, together with other relevant ministries, including the Ministry of Finance and my own ministry, Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, using our agencies, GTEC and Fair Wages, have since been engaging the teacher unions within the colleges of education. To the best of my knowledge, we have engaged and have come to a conclusion. We have even signed a memorandum of understanding indicating what government's commitment it is going forward, and the request also for them to go back to classroom. We have signed on to that. They have equally signed on to that. But you know, those who came to represent the teachers were just the leaders. They requested that they needed to have a consultation with their members to officially call the strike. So that's what we are waiting for. Those are the things I'm saying that we have concluded in the discussions with them. We have actually negotiated and signed on to. I have signed my portion, and all my colleagues.
Abuzanti we mrasbe dwani owo mrasbe gefie this year wo sunya ne West Abaton Pesua so ora Ignatius Bafo awua wono akro no a esaso ye soafo a ohwa adwuma ye ne apedie ho nsensem Employment and Labour Relations Minister na yete ne nkanti ya chechefo no mo kira de ye colleges of education no a Canadian friend teacher training college a na omode omone emagu fom atena fie bebo sumi mienu nie no abuzia entete ene sa komana tofom aban edina no afọ mo ho a ma sese de strike no wo mo ede abawie ya ye watwenem se bia na wotwe a ye kwakorom ne be hu se wo mo esa so akọ kire ye ma no ade ye to aso ye de mo kọ apedie ye guso de mo apedie hu nsensem ya na ye famo enko Ghana Medical Association Ghana ya Dr. Foku Batan Kesia ewo omayimum na Ghana Medical Association penimfo na etwe Ghana ban adwene SCBB a ahyase che so mo se ahyase nyene Ghana Dr. Foku dwane a dwane fido omayimo enya asem keto anye se bia omani mu tira na enya omo denimum omo so omo akatua ene ne yakosibu ne kan se condition of service ya omo ede ye adwuma wo omayimo no kese fie bi se wo wanum eche eye entati asengleti nti so wotena omanim so obedi doctor wo omayimo a wonko pension no na kese kapre kura motoma no wa hwe ya na busua ekwa kofre no kohwini ene wo sansene enti eja wasua na ade na adwuma no so wo ne nsa no eja ebi power brochira na kese osesa ne nkuku ne nkaka na busua nyina na ode wono mo esen enti ese Ghana doctor fo edwane kwa America ene Canada ne UK no no ese woni nsase ye ka kire wo we eye Dr. Frank Srebo president ya oda Ghana Medical Association no na ode sanseme tu dwabra na one nsamtwefo edin komo efo meyi edina emudina aye ede chese niema oto ento chese niema bo pega bebrebe ya se obi antimi nkan ene wo chese nam so e ma Ghana doctors ne bebre na dwane na edwane fro omemu ne nyina ya ketua ho nsam ene amani mo asetena dia aya obi antimi ntia.
Brain drain in the health sector is no brainer. We are losing our nurses, we are losing our doctors, and in the past we used to lose quite young people who probably have just started work and so forth. Now we are losing even specialists. They are leaving. Consultants are leaving. Nurses, well-trained nurses that you don't expect to leave are leaving. And even we are even creating the situation where we have a backlog of health professionals who don't know what to do. So the next thing is that they have to leave. So for us to talk of a brain gain, for me, is very important because it's just like a train wreck. We all see it coming. We can predict its angles, and we know it is coming, and yet we are not doing anything to stop it. And for us to be able to stop this, we actually will have to do a lot of thinking, and we have to do a lot of soul searching, and we have to form some kind of a mindset that is very important and critical in this direction. But the issues are clear. Whether we like it or not, the number one driver of brain drain is actually economics. So if we don't do anything about our economic situation in this country, and we don't check how this country is progressing in terms of our depreciation of our cedi, our unemployment status, the kind of things that are happening regarding the economy, we would have to suffer. And I just heard the President of Pharmaceutical Society talk about the fact that even health insurance, how is it differentiating between the public and the private sector in order to be able to help you achieve this important dream that you have? I even believe that we should be thinking of brain retention before we even think of brain gain, because the retention is even a problem. How much more to gain? And if you look at the push and pull factors, you need to even establish equilibrium before you can begin to even look at your ability to pull others to come in. I see the private sector as a strategic partner in this fight.
Observe to where ayo my Ghana ya Dr. Foku Batan Ghana Medical Association training Dr. Frank Serebo and yete in Kenya na oche abemum pedinfo adwene esi a doctor fo a omo efi omo emoko bebrebe sese ya nso no a yede ne sa bebedu baabi aban so osia ya sabia ye nya no ma bakra no akwa kosim eno obi yare a akwa kotwera mom bi anase kude anaka kapepe blatonic de amane se bi a wonye no mfa nkonom nkutu ne yade ase enti se mpedinfo anya nhihye papa na yamfa ne ma papa enwu akwam ma doctor for doctor ne be kwa kosua de osua de awi a watwe ne yem se dine kwa koto ya sabia mu akwa ye adwuma no eno so tenfie benfie mienu mfie miensa ansana so benya bebi akwa ye adwuma no wo kwa basa no a woto no man foforo bi akwa bi beto no a na odwane anesa yeguso de mu apomden mu na National Health Insurance Authority mpedinfo so ade nsusue bi eba senke ye kwa yanim we enkampedinfo ntiase mfama wunum na omo esikan kakra ye tete di free Ghana for honum no enka ne kwasibro ne kan se consolidated account wa ye de kokotum no enka enyi mfa free honum na enka National Health Insurance Authority mpedinfo no omo anyi oma de na enka omo emfa emo man no brasin se ebekwa akoto baabi na ombetwo krata so omo kwakoje sika no no mde ababetuetu omo ka e de ababe dada omo ho no eno so no ye boachi bidia ombetwe a na kwabrani si hu na ompeso de bema wunum we ayemra na panikwa nchefo da National Health Insurance Authority ano Dr. Abuaje da Costa e de NSMP etugane mpedinfo hia omo esesu adwene e de afa apomde no de sansusu we eto omo nim.
NHIL, which you and I pays for it, must be sent to the NHIL accounts. Even within the current context, the NHIL in the capping space is expected to be around 7.9 billion for this year. 7.9 billion. This year's budget for NHIS is 6.8 billion. So if the finance minister and GRA were releasing the funds, I believe that it could go way, obviously, to help the Ghanaian people. Now, when we review the tariffs, we will get Parliament to give us what we call the automatic price adjustment in health economics, not like what happens in the fuel field. The automatic price adjustment means that depending on the current economic situation, we will set up a National Tariff Review Committee. That National Tariff Review Committee will review the prices of the items and services based on whether linked to inflation or the economic situation.
Observe to way a Dr. Abuajida Costa and Yetin in Kane, one a penny quencher for the National Health Insurance Authority and an Ochechin in Mudiachraman sign on. Now, Edward no Swafwa, or show may yapum didn't want some Dr. Bernardo Coboy, as so a DB at Nasemwa, na okay so.
We've had proposals from some key stakeholders to government to convert COVID-19 levy to a public health or emergency fund to take care of epidemics, pandemics, and other medical emergency services. Requests have also been made to possibly ring fence the contributions from the NHIS so that it doesn't go into the consolidated fund.
Observe to way a Dr. Bernardo Coboy was Swafwa. Osho me yapum dine honsen samosaso ye kanemra sibigania na owomra sibige fiema de ye wolle jekuku abaton pesuaso ena yete nenken yen to aso na fe yen fomo enko wayire ho edwadie ene fomo ngo honsensem na efrienre ba ena abrewa bi wesegu yasum se na wotwi ene na wotwi awie yenko tese yentwa na wotwi nye de na omeye petrol ye diesel ene enframajawe sabwa gas ya yetono na ne bono etete abafom kakra and I'm some Sompa FM in some chair for and Sompa TV in some chair for Modiania na Modia Sam and some to just anwa ye fifi mudi mobile be mushishum and sanaje no pipipi de bebosubia ye de akwako bosubia ye ne opening Samson ade oko chamber of petroleum consumers ya we senior research fellow honomo e ba no wayire say e fomungo say petrol say diesel say kerosene say from a jawe sabwa gas wudwadia oyobi a wabere mu pa okase mpurepuno okase nhye ye ne di nkomo no wache say oh yasampa no kra set na watching kwawie ye de na ye petrol ene ye diesel bo na ye tototo no na abafom a na tete e de abafom kakra ne nyina ye wiase dwama so na petrol ne diesel bo no etete e de bafom na biem so my Ghana ye sika cedi no ahode kakra bam ya wone dollar ne pounds ne euro no entoko na wo moko no so no aso wo ye nya ahode kakra ne nyina kan wo bi anama etete bafom kakra sa no
ye the first pricing window for the month of August. Na o share over the last 2 weeks ye kunta ni nyoma ye na petrol and diesel and LPG ho be hi bo no betimi ati kakra by 2 to 4%. Na the emma sa ni gisepwe aba no ni ma mienu de din kan pa sombo no adwaman so bo no ati wo honom nti se baby a papa ngono aba betama ye no ye kona se ate bo no so no ma na se eba omemu na so kota se bo no so tumete ema na do so sit na se de koje American dollar na ye akota ba no ase over the last issue enya hode kra eboa ema ye BDC no anaso mo kra fa ngode bar sika na mo se san yakono omo mo ka bebre nti sa ne ma melu be na aka bo mama ye efri etete ye ekusi na de chen de ye hwenim se sa interest no betimi ebegina sidi no ahoɔden so no pa kese yetimi maintain sidi no ahoɔden no bia ɛne ebetimi asa atwa so asa yentimi maintain bia ɛne in the next pricing window no tedwama so bɔ no na sidi no ahoɔden no dollar ɛne mu bia ɛde ntumu no pa obɛhwɛ a bɛɛ over 1.5 months or 2 months a etwa mu ina no tedwama so bɔ no aso tete kakra but na ye tufa ngubu because that na ho no na entimi gina kakra last 2 weeks na edwama so bon sa eto aso na ebo no e ba fom no etina man enti so ba the na ho no the major ya say entimi gina dia ebetimi aboa ama so dey kan the next pricing window ene bia dey beto aso no yetime hu sa ba entimi bia ene na entimi ne be sa ba edwama so dey na sisi no ye fra bibi say international geopolitics say omo amo ton fa won no bitem bia na omo okuo bia omo nyina omo dwan a omo tim ka say bia ye say ni yes ka bebre sa dia fa won dodo a ye dey ba edwama so no ye nte so dey be ya ni fa dodo no to no na ama omunye bi ne bona koso na eno na nse no omo dodo na mo de ba na mo tie so no omo akosia no omo yefu ho no ma fejam bi beba na afin so America for so Israel edi bebre abego adwama so de be ya ebe ma fa ngono bona ayefo because America for no say so Saudi Arabia for no ye musika omunya pa efi oyo no mo nti so oyo no bona ye dina na ama omunya sika ebi omo so tim ye bi nti that geopolitics no na wona afin so say Come so no amana mutu fa ngono so papa bia ni omuntabe
Observe nti we Yera Samson Aden yetene nken wokọ Chamber of Petroleum Consumers ya we senior research fellow hono me ba no wayere mfamajawe saboa gas petrol ni diesel ne kerosene no mu a ho dwadie se be kosoro se be fom wabene mu pa na ochechi nsemu kakra de akyere ye no afei mfamo enko atena ya ehwe yakwantu ni yakwantempo ho nsensem mekire Ministry of Transport wo mo atena ye na osofo be de ekire wo honom Honorable Frederick Ben Adom ena odi tuja se abaye nshisie pi se so behwe a eja kase wo mayimu no yire se dania eye ya na je engusie no afiritu oba na saade we ne du ba bia na ekwakọ ha da senia setena ewo asase so eno nti Ghana abaye nshisie ya enche bia sa abrofu yi wo mo kase o ma ye ya wonhia petrol ni diesel anase kerosene na odi agumansa na ye adwuma no a yesi ye charge no sisi o mo ye nshisie o mo de dodo no a eba begu o mayimu a baby aban de be hyase ye DC sine ye abaya tena ya hodo no sese so mo yo madwene so mo kwa kofa ka bia de efira bruchimem de aba o mo ebehwese ebeye ka ye nto petrol ni diesel gumu ne mum ye de ebe charge ni bi se beye na ewiemu hye ene kyese mframa basa ebe kwa ko wiase na ekofa yare de aba no so ebetimi ati dwumade kese bi ekoso ewo mayimu ene osofo abedi chede sansemi tudwa wase.
One of the key focus of the revised national transport policy is to promote innovation and the adoption of new technologies in the transport sector, including electric vehicles. Indeed, globally, there is a common understanding that the present energy landscape is unsustainable, poses significant challenges to our environment, economy, and the future evolution. Therefore, through collaborative effort and in line with National Energy Transition Plan, we have developed a national electric vehicle policy to guide the uptake of electric vehicles in the country. Just like the national transport policy, the EV policy also went with sensitive stakeholder engagement.
Abuzianti weye also afa be de ekira wo hwe yakwantu ho nsensem Honorable Frederick Obia Doman yetene nka no na no si ya na environmental health officer ono so ewo mfimfim mantemo opani William Freeman eye juku wososo ede kakra so
the importance of road transport, the social, economic and political development of every country cannot be swept under the carpet. This is because road transport is the cheapest and commonest among other transportation systems such as air and sea transportation. Available statistics indicate that road transport accounts to over 75% of all goods transported over land. Road transport facilitates fast movement of people, food and services, thereby enhancing quality of life. I deem this meeting very important because of its significance in the wake of current global warming dynamics and advocacy for paradigm shift from running vehicles, fossil fuel, to the use of electric vehicles in a bid to cut down carbon emissions. It is also to foster a more robust transportation system for national development.
Abuzian fe yemfamo enko amanyo semu se wo kan won sako no se nanum nsia akaboso me be nan na Ghana for ye to santere wan dogodogo la adwe me mpana koso ye megele na yakwakoto ba akwakoyi mampani a mfie nan ye we animu wodan hihie papa begu akwamo mayi afa ne ya pese na degedon papa bi efra na biem susu ya to ba ayemrase dwafo a mfie nan susu we animu on be hyehye mra ede ne ma papa begu akwam ama ne ma atotoyi ede amommayi na boso me be nan no aka ami ye kwa akoto aba December bosome de to so no ene ne ubehwe ne ko wi asore wosemehwe petete kremu a abato no beto bunkum anase beto nifa na eko ba ko a ye kwa akoto aba mpempi no mota di wo manifa mu eche baby aba ne beto baby aba ne beko eye global info analytics ya ora Musa dankwa eda no na omasa so aye omone ma na ya na mpempi omo ye ni bio eche se July bosome ye twa mu ya omo ene Ghana ma de hye bi no madi nkomo titiru eni asantemantem omo eni asantema de hye pii no adi nkomo na omo edidi nkomo no de omo hu ye se nipa dodo no a ye wa santemantama se fi se December bosumi se ye kwa akoto aba omo ebeto de ama Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ya Global Analytics mpanimfo kire se nipa wa santememo no emu be ohamu nchichemu edusia enum 65% de omo se Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia eno beto aba de amano emu ohamu nchichemu edua eduonu nine 24% so ekire se kanema mpani dada John Dramani Mama so na nkometo aba edi amano ha mu nchichemu nkro 9% ekire se yera Alanko Jochirematen eno beto aba edi amano eno ha mu nchichemu back 1% ekire se na kwambedi akwa amansan frene se cheda wono so no beto aba edi amano na amansan chese owura Musa Dankwa yes adwuma we nyina wiye no ene ye no edi nkomo busa na se nipa dodo say eno no mu di nkomo ena kosan no obusa ne say ni nchiremu de mayeni.
If you look at voting intention of NDC people in the Chancery compared to the first poll we conducted, it declined by just 0.6%. But those who are MPP and voting for Bawumia went plus 2%. Alan went down minus 1%. Now NDC voting for Mahama up 0.6% and NDC voting for Bawumia up 1.3%. However, I think the damage for Bawumia came from the floating voters. In between the periods, he lost 16.6% of floating voters in the Ashanti. Alan gained 13.2% of the floating vote, and Mahama got 5.5% of the floating voters. Now, if you look at the age demographic, you see that there is a cross loss of vote for Dr. Bawumia among voters between 18 and 24. He lost nearly 8% of that support. He lost nearly 11% among those between 25 and 34. He lost 10% among those 35 to 44. And he lost just about 3% among 45 to 54. And among 55 to 64, he lost 1%. And among those who are above 64, he lost 15%. So on the basis of party affiliation and age demography, Mahama gained quite a lot across all the age. Those people were coming from floating. Only when such announcement comes up, you get a bump in the poll, and then euphoria eventually settles.
Observatory Musa Dankwa ena Global Info Analytics kuno wadano na wo chechi nsemo de kire no na eno akire yesa ne yete asem ne amajukwa hodo ne de nkoma busa wonum se o mate adwuma Global Info Analytics mpanimfo aye titiru e wasantema mu ana eno ntie bopuni MPP amanyuko mpanimfo ene owura Kofi Tonto a omomo kasa de ma Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia waka ho bie kokodi nkomo eno wo che so mate nsem ne nyina na eno susudi ho adanse se omo wadwuma kase ye pa e de breki 8 no abato nim.
I looked at the summary provided, and the first thing that shot up to me was that the first poll saw a 73% increment, and then now it's gone down to 65% or so. And then Kwame Bediakon was 2%, now he's gone down to 1%. Alan Trematin was 9%, he remains at 9%. So really what the poll is saying is that Dr. Bawumia lost about 8%, Kwame Bediakon lost about 1%, and the total of 9%, everything went to His Excellency, the former president. If you juxtapose that with the previous poll, it shows that His Excellency has 24%, which is John Dramani Mahama. No, he had, was it 6? But what he is now saying is that about 8% of persons who were voting for X have now moved to the MP, all age groups. That is what constitutes that 8% shift. What I didn't hear was the reason why they shifted. I haven't gotten the chance to go through the entire data to ascertain the reason why across all age groups there was a shift of 8%. Is Musa Dankwa telling us that there was a drop of 8% in Ashanti region and all of that drop went to John Dramani Mahama? Who are these people? Are these people normal and old, or are they floating voters? Why didn't Alan see any shift? Because you see, if the data even showed a shift in Alan, given the very region we are discussing, you have two accounts on the table. You have
Oram Kofi Tuntu ne yete ne nka no wo kasa de ma Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mamodu Bawumia no waka ho bi na odon soso de na no yie eba de afa mfifi mu a Global Info Analytics mpanimfo aye afia bato na ye kwa akoto no ba bia ipa wa santimantama se fi se omo edi aba ne be kwa akoto yamana nso a asem de basa no aso nka ko bunkom no aka ko ni fa kakra anu ntie bo prend isi amanyoko mpanimfo ora Mustafa Bande chọchọfọ penny abedi echire edima NDC amanyoko no kobusa ne se Global Info Analytics mpanimfo adwuma odoma yei wo mani etwa so ana no mo ani etwa so a ede asem no mo kade afa ho no wo che se we bibia di adanse send MPP amanyoko no awe ewo afia bato no mu a kwan bia so ensachiraye eba ama NDC ababemu.
The reality is that research work is good to guide politicians in terms of reference. It gives you an appreciation of base data to bet on your gains or your losses. For us in the NDC, we continue to appreciate every single research work. When Matt Sapon did his research, MPP was jumping around and dancing it all over until we found out that he was a card-bearing MPP member. That was the reason we spoke against it, but we didn't even attack the work that he did. We took it in good faith. We will continue to be guided by all the researchers, including the one that Matt Sapon will do, and ensure that we win the election. Apart from research work, other areas of focus have been the general feeling of Ghanaians. Today, if you ask the ordinary Ghanaian, it will manifest that they know that we haven't got response to government. We've got a syndicate of insincere politicians. We've got people who are not appreciating the sense of responsibility to say Ghanaians are suffering. They continue to say that they have work when the ordinary Ghanaian keeps complaining that they are suffering. In view of the widespread complaint, heightened cost of living, unprecedented hikes in prices of goods and services, centralization of corruption from the office of the president to his family, and extension to that of the vice president and all of that, Ghanaians will be guided by such feeling and will vote in accordance with that in 2024, because the only way for us to change a bad government is through the polls.
Abzanfora Mustafa Bande chọchọfọ penny abedi echire di mind this amanyoko no and ono so Global Info Analytics mpanimfo adwuma wonoma aye afa afia bato aye to asantemantam ba bia nipa pinu a ede abato no bekọ akoto na ono so di anu yie eba no de o se omo so ni nyina mu sempo MPP fo kra ne bekọ akoye mfisi mu ede ababeto bedwasre da omo ndi samanyoko mpanimfo mbesom na de wo so omo ye adwuma wo ho no omo akoye ho adwuma se beye na enkunim ebekọ ede amamanyoko no abuziafo sa nkomo we no ye de besim fensi na ye tutu akwakochiri tutukochirichi ye besa so akoso na yakwakodi ho enkomo yemfa seda Emma Institute of Expert Travel and Tour Limited for omo ede tukwan na yakwakoye adwuma de opesa okoye bia ewa brochire bia no abuzia ye Institute of Expert Travel and Tour for na wo so de kokoda omo no mo de okọ omo bia opesa okoso bia Institute of Expert Travel and Tour Limited ede okọ abrochire akoye adwuma okọ abrochire akoye business okọ abrochire akosua de okọ abrochire akotena ho okọ abrochire na akokopɛ business partners no maba be business ya anasa de okọ visit no ene ade a oman best wa US, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Malta, Portugal, UK, Serbia oman bia ya opesa okoso bia no for ne echere Institute of Expert Travel and Tour Limited for no mfa wo enko say oye nurse ni oye doctor oye midwife oye pharmacist oye lab technician oye kwani oye teacher ni oye adwuma bank oye carpenter ni oye mason ni oye labor oye driver ni eya watchman adwuma bia oye bia opese utukwane a fa ho bebo Institute of Expert Travel and Tour Limited for na yemfa wo enko frey cc a 0539 858766 0539858766 na any would money komo 3A co capsule se wodwa so 3A Herbal Center for ne day aba usisi ya oya kokunti de bia na je se ominimu de konkon wasum je se nkoko won potamo no munyina no kokunti wotutuo mu omunyina ntakra asa ade ya wasum ya odedede ebuzia kopetri yiku capsules na fa num ohun wo de num na sa eno anu kuku no eti se de asiebeshi asiebetu 0546107107 mizo ne 5G drink na eguso aye no nom mo amanum bi de se mo ma men kasa mre mizo 5G o edepa na so si chiri ni yemo bia pani akokra brewa obia nkwala nyina etimi enom bi 024627 0221 21st clinic so yes osiatic entry etwetwun tutu akawa gu honom oje ho ba bia anya 21st se brayen ene ya sabia ye wonru e doctors won fidia ye de ebe show ama hode na saso ababio 21st clinic no for ni kire yatena ye wo kuma se ehwen overseas alpha radio nchen hwa 0540 311 na yenin komo na express group so ye dini e honam se express kwan so ye de utu kwan akobi ma so na akwa ye adwuma ye kra de so pese ye gi work permit wo ha no a visa na ye gi de ama wo no ye sa so pa adwuma to ho agi work permit ma wo a express group ye be ye de ama dodo opese okwa brochire kosua de okoyo masters okoyo first degree okoyo MPhil okoyo PhD no mo a abusua express group se bra na yemfa wo enko o my best wa say Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, France, Portugal, Spain, o my bia ya opeso okoso bia no express group ye do ko na wakwa ye adwuma ye Kumasi asafo labor runabout no so na Accra so ye Kanesi first light hono ma so whatever your community 18 last big golf lane station in Chenwa from 0249 0004 480249 0004 48 nani yen eni enkomo wo bia opesa woni yen edie ejina we so ne ada ye ho kakra ba ye ba nsem ne pino akachire ye de be pi muso enwumre
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia be si ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo sirem wo je ho ba bia enye na no na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia baso bo magine wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enyasem ketua Womuji international awards ahodo womuji local awards ahodo na anu nso na womu be the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim hano ebi ni baby a gise 21st clinic nkwa womu de bibidro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama de ba ko a womu gidi womu pa no eye sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ni ade Ghana ha ba bia womu ho 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 There's a 21st clinic. Woman is sciatica expert.
Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved.
Afuye na saduru hobi mu enti wo dwedwe fertilizer afiwe ubayusu ana esanse afra se fertilizer wo toye amwa wo no na ma wadwuma no anyina eto ape onobaye no antumi anyini na nsodoso ema woboka ene atumda fertilizer papa abadwa so de eno ane OCP fertilizer egumu ahodo akuafo a modo enobaye ebitise atoko ajuo emo ene atosode ahodo no omo enkoje OCP MPK 15 ana OCP MPK 10 akuafo a omoso edo legumes ebiti se soya beans peanuts and beans omoso enkoje OCP fertilizer a eye TSP OCP fertilizer ebusu wo baabia ye ton yayo nyoma e wo man Ghana mu ha enoti atufo enfre 0555 909 437 ana 0555 909 433 OCP fertilizer papa OCP yegina homa Ghana ene Africa biayo
Breakfast
say aduaba won so a ne dwumadi wo nipadua biara pom den ene na brabo mu ne hiye pa enye prekese nko nuaba ne haban bi te se kwunsusu a abonwono ne dia akeka ho no kura enwanunu ahodo a ekwa animu yi ankasa prekese ne se nuaba yi binom ne akeka bobudi afa abefo kwan so a ye de ye prekese powder prekese powder siesi nipadua na baako ahodo no ho ban afri mpani yade ne yade ahodo pi ho fa enkodate de ma baako freduane anopa ne anwumre anafa enkodate de ma baako ewo ne nsuhie yeti anopa ne anwumre wobra wodidi awie ubenya prekese powder to Kingswalk Herbal ne Heroes Herbal Accra Okesi Drug Lane Deni Herbal Kumasi Mensa Takrade Mose Pharmacy ne Green Light Pharmacy Sunwane Kashenkari Supermarket Asantua Herbal ne Bibidro Depot Techiman Sewa Herbal Mampong Etufo mfre 0550 19 15 14 prekese powder aduane san yedro FD ahwehwe san kratoe mu agiatum
hey sewa me hu acho me na no me bisa ekra so kwa brochu
Kwaku, afeina mebeko. Menkrata krani.
Hey, eni me ma connection man for den kofo sika aduane ne wanya otu didi musa no.
Oh, Express Group adarumenti akwento ayefo. Opese otu kwan kosua dia. Express Group do be call mind be to say Canada, US, Australia, UK, and Germany. Say a tour na se visiting so a Express Group do be call Dubai, Canada, US, Australia, and Germany. Mo am pese motu kwan koye adwuma nso obetimi de wako Dubai, Qatar, and South Korea. If you also want to take international tests like SAT, IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, they can help you pass easily. They can also help you secure a good job in the UK. You should make sure you Kumasi Asafo Labor roundabout Accra and so Omo Carnation First Light, Tama Omo Community 18 Lashabi Girl Filling Station. From Omo Macho for ISO 055 555 0067 and 0249 000448.
Here in Ghana, when it comes to chicken, the good old days are back. Why? Because Boris Beef's Chicken, BBC, is here. Yep, give your family and loved ones Boris Beef's Chicken. Fresh, tasty, delicious. Boris Beef's Chicken is produced right here in Ghana by our cherished poultry farmers with support from the Ministry of Agric. Get whole frozen chicken, gizzard, chicken feet, chicken neck, and chicken liver for those special family meals, buffets, picnics, funerals, and all restaurants. Get Boris Beef's Chicken. It's halal, so everybody can enjoy. Wherever you are, call Boris Beef's Farms hotline 05-444-444-53. Ask for our branch that is closest to you and come get your chicken. Boris Beef's Chicken, BBC, proudly a Fiakoko.
Sompa TV, Emma Akituapa.
Abzanfo esa so mama kwa babi oba Sompa television ye nwumre kase so sa woti enka obono ne afomantem ne mu a Sompa 98.9 FM ekutaimo e obono ne afomantem ne mu se ebono istia Sompa 90.7 FM ekutaimo e na afi so wasantemantam ne mpotamo a Sompa 93.1 FM so ekura yemu ye nto ansam no Sompa mo na yemfama enkwatena ya ehwempata ye ne mpata ye ho nsensam meche Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development o matena ye Mami Mavis awakum se mobeka sene nso a enche bia be bosome mienu ni na aban ye se eja yese pono o se mpanimfo tum o mo se ye wo bre bia mpata no se ye tilapia kra na wakwakwisia boy bia woni no ayela ama wate ase ama wanyem no ye bi kra enche bia wo ba be wo ana se de ono so wawo a ne ba ne ye nketenkete wo so ma no fo na akwada na hoden ba de mu no sa enam nketenkete sa no sa farafo no kwacheche omu nyina num ode nti no na kese o ma ba be kunkum num e ba sa so na kese sa no mo sa eno nti o mo obre bia o mo etwetu o no mo se o mo etopunimu a o mo emobia ensipu no so mpo ne mpeso akwa yinam afi na abrewa yipo makwa mu a ma me be visa wakum si no so afo no akwa ya amamre ne amane epo no mo tutum no o mo abie e de ama afarefo no.
The government and the ministry will continuously improve the sector by providing better infrastructure, introduce new technologies, implement alternatives, livelihood programs, train and build the capacity of fishermen and women processes as a way of improving efficiency and profitability in the fishing industry. Our goal is to create a thriving, sustainable fishing industry that will benefit all stakeholders. As we symbolically open the sea for the artisanal and inshore fleets, we are not just resuming fishing activities, but also celebrating the unity and shared responsibility that have brought us so far in our determination to manage the fisheries resources in a sustainable manner.
Abuzanfo nti weye osoafo hwe mpataye ne mpataye hu nsensema me visa wakum sen ena yete no enken afi yemfa nko abato komisa ne mpenimfo atena ye enra ena abato komisa ne mpenimfo hyase so omode nansa esi wonom na omo abibi nti omantima ntwetwuru mudi anko abato ogumamu no omo amakwan mo makwa akotwetwuru mudin omo susu afi na eja omadi mfie du ngontwesusu no omo etu na makwa akotwetwuru mudin na de ye tete e de free gas south abato mpesu yaso wonkra Pompremantemo and say Basabasa Yebia sorry Emma NDC chairman on Potemo ma posifo amantam ne se brunya kokwa wodeja ho je se womde ne kwaku gina mrano o dansenia no gina ho no assemblyman a on Potemo mo na ye dansenia na je se de na ekoso nyina no na nanisemu cheche nsemu e de kire Sompa TV nsem twefo sei
mebre enzi because of that no kasa ya ye be ho a achi ye branch organizer Baku of the Oshie branch, and Omuchino. Omuchino, no, I know the Ayasi, as I am who your Yanta Omuachino. And the Odia Nomo, Ekasa, Yabawa, once anti conscience charmer. I can who on one couple conscience charmer, but Achumojaka, any branch organizer Baku, when you want to come at the Ako. A hot dear, Yansu Yanta, as I say, on why because you are police, we are neutral. And there's a police who are neutral now. Obi ya bibia wo de wo peta ba se wo pata na wo mo police wo no muni other side ni exchange of words uni omu ti say muni omu wo problem yen ti ase nti anopai ne esi wo ha no enya ba ko yenim say Ghana police yeni MPP yeni NDC ba police wo na ya omu ba ha no omu ni ye ti say MPP police for and I name say Ghana ye wo MPP police and NDC police but police one year omu ni ye MPP police for ye chairman no say amini wo kasa no our police custody say amini wo kasa no our wager division owo ho any ye branch organizer baako omo wo ho amini wo kasa no omo njo omo wo ho say amini wo kasa no enti wo hwa ne ekoso wo Botano English Amanfo constituency ha concerning the registration na enye
Abuzia we assemblyman or and Potemo no English Amanfo ne Potemo ga south abaton peso yaso eno and na ochechi nsemo ede akire no na no kwada ena mampeni na nado dan kwaku for the mamredi amania infidia kese wuhu mumruntu a womo eto apete mensini hodo no mama assembly members ne DC sidi aye adwuma akwan atete apansam womo ede asiesi so no mampeni na nado dan kwaku for do ebia no a womo echeche yede ma assembly hodo no nyina na saa na mo we ya mampeni na nado dan kwaku for do wetue ena asen central amrasbe dwane onabo Kennedy Kwame Akompre kokoti abu Japan ebo mampeni abaso se ya de we ayade bia ebeboa pa no osre DCs no se afidie na ede ama mo sa no ena mede kwa akoma han ena mede kwa akodwumafuom ena mede kwa akọ madamfo bia ba besrem so wo de fa fichira hase yaba omo hwesu ye emeso emanfaso mo mamu ni nyina
mame mo nana kufuado ni MPP vice president bia baso na mbom no ade a me haw kese ne se ke adwempa ode akofa sa enema wo nyina mbom kan ya enya for the first time President Kufuor so yebi but quantity no de nukureni and not so President Kufuor ayi but enu kakra no kura ne mhu ye a me pese the two amount for the assembly for no effort. I will have someone a see what a thing central and he said that I may have seen no great than one, now I say assembly no only year magic. Wouldn't say great than no say see a Timoda will be the high a thing not greater. Every call a Timoda or Koyegu, my sister. Great than see her. Almost me a catcher say so can we MP now banacas to acquire a coy say. And yet, you machine and fool into one Casacotubi. He says, say no assembly, no, Omo praising, Omo Casanso, Oma Hukika, Omo the better machine, and he said, I want to know from them the level of dishonesty in this country. Now, very cultural, Omo the better politics, our assembly, where MPC, where MPP, where you say, they don't see themselves as Ghanaian. I did not know a better benefit Ghana for. Media, the American Yamaka, the Colocration of Jim Papa, President Kufuado, and the Ayadi. Whether Baumio, Bahamo, or Ba, the assembly workers, CCE, MCE, presiding members of the assembly workers, obedience to Salagini. Necessary green freedom of the Tiwaya, William. Sikanebe we nya odi be yedwuma so e di be yedwuma ekodugo omuni tona
Amuzianti weye aya Sen Central Mrasebe Dwani Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompre Kote Abo Japan yetene nke nyina eye mfidie ya na no ukuada mampeni na nado dan kwa kufa de checheye edema DC senior assembly awodo no na o kire se hwe na man kwankọ ye na anu de ni bia ye hu mfaso bia wo so no boi wo momfa nkọ ye adwuma abusia de kase na ekwa akọwie ewo half mantem no mo ene Tano South abato mpesua so na openi ohwani amansa di nkomo ema NDC amanyuku no wa half mantem no mo owura Alfred Aboaje na ode afutu ma desia ewo Tano South abato mpesua so se odon for ya dom December bosume de to sonso abana ye beto no omonto aba ema NDC amanyuku no visa amanyuku no na edwene Ghana for eden hyehyɛ papa ebro meya ebema ye ho atoye owura Alfred Aboaje
na koma ewo Tano South constituency ho na odwene Tano South constituency ho na nanikun Tano South constituency ho a obia beba be ye bia ni sabe keka be pushi normal so be bia pese go du pa no yentimi ko because nipa na koma say na koma se pe Tano South etumpon a ofane se ono na etumpon Tano South tumpon ofane se na busu na etumpon se anya sa nipa ne bia Tano South se bi tafa che ye be ka ye chi sa na meka sa na me de mano kwa kwesi oru acha sa se edu so abrantie no se bi tafa che onya me ye MP ponie e bia na ye ka se you don't have to become a leader before you do what you think you can do for the constituency and organization. Abrantie no se bi tafa che ye si bi she wonu ma na otu bia e bene kasa football adwena ne ye woma football ho te photo abama NDC any the Women's Development Bank WDB yes ba boama da bia da make an say the Kwajere Agrica no was say if you educate a man you educate one person, but if you educate a woman you educate a whole nation.
Owura Alfred Aboaje na hwani amansa de nkomoma NDC amanyuku no na yetene nke ye gina we so na nwumre nsemo ebabo no de babeso mo no ye de masia ne asore amadwumadi akaba betwa so kukuwa ne chinchin fidie de ma me akoso yaso mo abuzi eye David Channom ene yakoba jesisi mpiremu mo soso ene tamachi ma bia wo bia na nwumre yetimi ba ye babeso mo medin ede na nan yabo amali bia boga damase ama mo moneti ene sha enyado busie no nyina etaye chi yekọ na monka bo kakra wa ha sei erebeto aso te wansa na ye ofalumba no maba besum